Round. Hi everyone, and welcome to the next in the series of little lessons from Lily-Roe. Yeah, baby wisdom for Forest School. Yeah, so Lily-Roe is 20 months old now, and over the last few months I think I might have started noticing some schema.
Yeah.
Now, schema, if you haven't come across them before, are it's a theory within early years, and it's around repeated patterns of behaviour that young children use to kind of understand the world better. And there are different types of schema, and I reckon that Lily-Roe is particularly exploring a rotational schema at the moment because she likes spinning round and being spun round and spinning balls round, and she's exploring the world through that rotation, basically through rotating objects and rotating herself. And there are lots of other types of schema like trajectory and enveloping, which I think she's got a bit of enveloping going on because she likes wrapping herself up in blankets as well. And so this theory around schema was more recently popularised by Chris Athy, who's an early years researcher and specialist, and it's been based on Piaget's original work on kind of constructivism, and Piaget talked about people developing schematas as children grow, which are mental constructs of understanding the world around them. So this made me think a little bit about schema and Forest School, and how sometimes knowing a little bit about certain learning theories can really help us help the children that we're working with. And I suspect some of you already are familiar with schema, and particularly if you're working in early years, and perhaps you do look for certain schemas when you're observing the learners. But for me, it kind of made me think, you know, how everyone experiences the world differently through their own perception. And so, you know, at the moment, Lily likes to rotate things, whereas another child might be more linear in terms of looking at things from a trajectory thing. And of course it's important not to get like too schema hung up, because of course you might have multiple schema happening at the same time, and as they grow and develop they might incorporate different schema. They might have worked through one and drop that one. So it's important not to get too hung up on it. So recognising that every child is unique and will explore the world in different ways is a really useful thing to remember at Forest School, because it helps us gain insight to how that individual is kind of currently learning and developing, and yeah, and then be able to help plan for their next steps, or perhaps suggest ways of exploring the world that might support that schema. Of course, we want to maintain it being child-led, yeah, but sometimes we might be able to, I don't know, bring out some resources that might support their schema, or we might be able to model certain behaviours, certain ways of being out here that might be of interest to them. As I understand it, the more a schema is nurtured or supported, the more the individual will kind of get from it in terms of learning and development. And I'm sure I've read somewhere that if you prevent a schema from manifesting, then it's likely to hang around longer. I'm not sure why you might not want a schema to manifest, but presumably there might be certain behaviours or certain examples of schema, like one I kind of can think of, you know, when you've got that kid who gets the sellotape and wraps everything up in sellotape, that might be an enclosure schema, an enveloping schema. But perhaps, you know, you need the sellotape, and so you might stop that child doing it. But as I understand that, you You want to provide lots of different opportunities for a child to explore that schema, because that's how they're making sense of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you work with young children, perhaps schema is a theory that you'd like to check out if you haven't already. Do let us know in the comment section below if you've found cool ways of supporting different schema at a forest school. We'd love to hear from you. If you've enjoyed this video, do give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel so you can join us in the woods again next time. And thanks for watching.
Goodbye.
Yeah. At forest school, we can observe patterns of behaviour that may seem absurd. Rotation, enveloping, trajectory. Look out for these schema when you head to the trees.
Bye-bye.